I stood frozen in the moonlight, heart pounding, as the wicked princess's laughter echoed through the trees. It was a sound I would never forget, a chilling mix of joy and malice. It all began when I moved to Edo State to stay with my uncle. The village was beautiful, surrounded by lush greenery, but there was a dark story that hung over it like a shadow. They whispered about the princess, once beloved, now feared. They said she was cursed, her heart twisted by jealousy and rage. One evening, I was playing near the old shrine. The villagers warned me to stay away, but curiosity got the better of me. As I approached, I noticed a flickering light coming from within. I peeked inside and saw her dressed in a flowing gown that shimmered like moonlight. Her eyes were dark, filled with secrets, and she was talking to a group of young men. They looked entranced, hanging on her every word. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I couldn't help it. I heard her promise them power and wealth if they dared to do her bidding. My heart raced as I realized she was using them to fulfill her twisted desires, turning them into her puppets. I wanted to run, but my feet wouldn't move. Suddenly, she turned and looked directly at me. A smile crept across her face, one that sent chills down my spine. "Come closer, little one," she beckoned, her voice sweet yet dangerous. I felt an overwhelming urge to obey, but instinct kicked in, and I stumbled backward, fleeing into the darkness. I told my uncle what I saw, but he just shook his head. "The princess is no longer the girl we once knew. Stay away from her," he warned, but I couldn't forget her eyes. Days passed, but the memory haunted me. I saw those young men wandering around the village, their faces blank, as if their souls were stolen. It felt like they were trapped in a spell, forever bound to her will. One night, I heard the laughter again. It was different this time, louder, more sinister. I looked out my window and saw her standing in the clearing, surrounded by shadowy figures. She was dancing, her long hair flowing like smoke, and the men were swaying with her, entranced. I felt a pull to join them, but I fought it hard. I knew deep down that stepping into that circle meant losing myself forever. So, I stayed hidden, watching in horror as she led them deeper into the forest, until they vanished into the night. The next day, the village was quiet. No one spoke of the princess, but the fear lingered. I often wondered what had become of those young men. Had they found freedom, or were they trapped forever in her wicked game? Now, I tell this story as a warning. Evil can wear many faces, and sometimes, it hides in plain sight, waiting for the moment you let your guard down. If you ever hear laughter in the night, remember the wicked princess of Edo State and the souls she stole. Stay away from the shadows, for they may lead you to a fate worse than death.